Welcome back. In today's episode, we're going to talk about a system, if you will, that will allow you to get rid of clutter in your life forever. Now, clutter is not something that happens overnight. It's like a slow accumulation of stuff that you gather through the days, the months, the weeks, and the years, right? It's not something that happens to you or it just happens to you. It is both a conscious and an unconscious collection of things or of stuff. So we're not going to be able to stop that. As human beings, we naturally acquire and accumulate things. That will never end. The thing is, we need to get rid of stuff or dispose of items as we continually accumulate or acquire things as we go on through life, right? So it's not the collect or the acquiring that's a problem. It's the getting rid of or the disposing of other things. So how are we gonna do that? This is the trick or the tip or the hack that we're gonna talk about. And I've been using this in my life and it's been very effective, right? So it's hard to get rid of things. So how do we choose or how do we determine what we keep and what we discard so that the clutter or the stuff doesn't accumulate needlessly? And this is what I've been using. Are you ready for this? The way to do it is, or the system that will help you to manage this better, is to use your age. Use your age as a guide or as a measurement of how many of something you should keep or collect or have. I'll give you an example. So, for example, let's just say you like to collect vinyl records. You have a vinyl collection, right? If you are, let's just say, for the sake of this discussion, you are 32. If you are 32, you can say that you should have, or the ideal number of vinyl records that you should have is 32. Keep it down to 32. And how you can do that is you can have one vinyl record per year of your life from when you were born. Let's just say you were born in 1986. What was the record from 1986 that you absolutely must have? 86, 87, 88, 89, and so on and so forth, until you have 32 that represents 1 year in your life as you progress. Of course, this is not a hard and fast rule because there might be some years that are more memorable than others. So maybe you have 2 or 3 or 4 of really good records from that particular year that you want to keep forever. There may be some years that were kind of uneventful. You couldn't remember any song or any album that you absolutely must have. Maybe you don't have one from that year, but ultimately, what you want is to only have 32 vinyl records. That way, you can manage and control how many records you have accumulating in your home so that you don't have hundreds of records, or if not thousands of records, and you can't possibly listen to all of them, right? But if you have a perfectly curated and pared down collection of only the best, the essential, the ultimate selection of the albums that you really love, you have the time to enjoy them. As Kevin Kelly quotes in his book, the same book that I quoted for the Energy YouTube video, he said, a collection is really a bunch of things that you can curate and display properly. If you're not displaying it, it's junk, it's trash, it's clutter. If you're not able to curate it and display it properly, and you can't really call it a collection because it doesn't bring you joy. You're not seeing it properly displayed, and you can't consume it because there's just too much, right? Another example would be books. You know how sometimes we have dozens, if not hundreds, of books piling up in our closets, in our garages, or in our rooms, or in our shelves. But do we really need 400 books? So again, use your age as a measure of how many of something you should keep, or how many of a collection you should keep so that you can cherish them better. So, for example, for books, you should only have 32 books if you're 32 years old. Now, I leave it up to you how you categorize which of those 32 books you should use, but at least it gives you a number that you can aim for. And the rest, you can consider them non essential. You can donate them to the library, or you can give them away on Facebook Marketplace or anywhere online. But at least you know you have a number that you should work on, and keeping it under that number. Use your age to determine how much of something you should keep. I'll keep repeating this the same way that you should watch this video at least 10 times so that it serves as a reminder, or it gets wired into your brain and then you can start applying it. Use your age. Another thing would be, let's just say you collect shoes. Let's say you collect shoes. And shoes can easily accumulate, and it can get very out of hand, especially with all these sales and all these drops and these new releases happening all the time, right? Keep it to a certain level. Let's just say you like collecting Jordan ones, or you like to collect Air Max ones, or whatever. You should tell yourself, I should only have 32 Nike Air Jordans or 32 Nike Air Maxes, and keep it to that number. And as the years go on, you can add one to your collection every time. If you want to buy 2, 3, or 4, you need to make sure that you need to get rid of 3 or 4 from the old collection as you add to it. Does that work? So again, use your age as the number that you can use to guide how many of something you should collect or have or curate, so that you can manage the clutter or the stuff that you accumulate over time, and it doesn't get too crazy, and it's harder and harder to discard them as the years go by, because you justify it to yourself where, oh my god, I've held on to these things for so long, how can I get rid of them now? So the earlier you do it now, the earlier you develop the habit of keeping it down to a certain number and discarding of something as you add something to your collection or to your stuff, it helps. And when you do this, what you will find is you really open up a lot of space, not only in your house or in your life, but inside you. Like, what clutters your mind? A clean space is indicative of a clean mind, right? You'll be surprised at how many new ideas you start entertaining. You just feel less stress, you feel more calm, and you feel more at peace with everything as you practice this habit of discarding and getting rid of things that go over that number. I'd like to give you a specific example from my life. I like t-shirts. I like these graphic t-shirts, and I had like an over accumulation of Simpsons t-shirts. I had literally dozens of these Simpsons t-shirts, and I realized, do I really need 24 Simpsons t-shirts? I don't even get to wear most of them. You realize, you know what, I really only need one of these. And when I did that, so I gave away all of them, because it's almost like they're all the same anyway, right? After I gave away all of them, it opened up my closet space for other t-shirts that I would like to have. Maybe I want to have some Peanuts, Charlie Brown, Snoopy t-shirts, or Transformers, or He-Man, or any other thing. But then with those new collections, you can also say, I really just need one of these. I don't need 24, or I don't need 32, or even 2 or more of these t-shirts. I really only need one. If you have a certain fondness for a particular pop culture property, right? So when you do that, you open yourself up to other things, and you're not limited to just one type of collection. So there you have it. Use your age to determine how many you should buy of something or have of something, so that you open up your space for other things that you can also acquire as you age. Now, there is a counter or a reverse to this, right? For example, you like to accumulate or collect or to acquire watches. And let's just say watches, and you like the expensive watches, anywhere from 1,000 to 10,000. Maybe you don't have the capacity to buy 32 $1,000 or $10,000 watches. Don't force yourself to buy 32 of something just because that's the number. What you can do is you can add the two digits, 3 plus 2, if you're 32, and it's 5. You can use 5 to say, that's my limit, that's my maximum. I should only have 5 of these expensive items so that I can control the stuff that you accumulate through life. So there you have it. Use your age, and if it's too many, you can add the two digits. The point is, this gives you a number to aim for in terms of how many you should accumulate. If that was helpful to you, or if you have any objections wherein 32 Jordans, I don't need that negativity in my life. Who are you to tell me that, and so on and so forth. Please share them with me in the comments. Let's debate about it. Let's dialogue it, or let's have a dialogue rather. I would love to hear your thoughts or your hacks or your tips on how you prevent clutter from getting control of your life or taking over your life. Let's talk about it. Would really love to hear your thoughts, your ideas, and your comments. And I wanted to, as we end the video, I wanted to give you an update on the channel. I know the last time I updated you, I had 195 subscribers. Now we're at 201 subscribers. So I gained 4 the first time, and now I gained 6. So there's a progression in there. So we're now at 201 subscribers. Thank you to everybody who subscribed. Please like, comment, and subscribe so that you tell YouTube what type of content that I produce you enjoy or that you like. I know I tried something in the last video where I didn't ask anybody to subscribe, and I did not get 1 subscriber. I got a lot of views, but I didn't get any new subscribers. So I'm changing that, wherein at the end of the video, I will ask you to subscribe and give you an update. And like I said, I want to be transparent about the progress of this channel, and if at some point I do earn some money from it, I want to use it to help people who really need it, and I will use the proceeds of this YouTube channel and the content that I produce to help people. So there you have it. A tip or a hack or a secret or a system to manage the clutter in your life and possibly end it once and for all. Let me know if that was helpful, or if it wasn't helpful. Please leave a comment below and let's talk about it. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.